One of the things we do before we go out on the tour is encourage you to make sure your rig is ready to go, whether it's a trailer or a motorhome or some other type of RV. We want you to be safe, and we want you to make sure that everything goes smoothly from a mechanical perspective. One of the things you need to do before you ever hit the road for your fantasy tour is to make sure your RV is ready in every way. One of the things, of course, we recommend that you have it professionally checked out by your usual service people and mechanics. Have your engine checked out, your transmission, your oil, fluids, and all of those kinds of things, so you know that you're in your best shape for a wonderful trip, and it'll pay off in a big way. Virtually every type of RV has some type of battery system for the coach and the engines, if it's self-contained for the engine. So that's one thing that sometimes gets easily neglected because it's kind of usually hidden a little bit. It's not always convenient to get to and check them out. But it's important that you make sure that you're taking care of your batteries, keeping the fluid in the batteries, the water, and making sure that you're going to have electrical power wherever you go, whether it's starting the rig or running internal light systems and other things. So batteries are something else to think about before your trip. One of the things we also talk about when you're getting ready to go on your tour is possible electrical problems. They're hard to predict as to when they might happen. One of the things you can do to help in that regard is to bring along a few extra fuses. There's lots of fuses in all types of RVs, and it's easy to replace them, and it's easy to put them in, and they're inexpensive. And why have to go looking for them? You can buy a whole batch of them for just a few dollars. So we do recommend that you think about having all the different types of fuses that you might need if one of your electrical systems has a problem. One of the most important part of your trip and your rig operating safely and smoothly, the tires. We always ask our guests whether or not their tires are ready, how old they are, how many miles there are on them. But we find that your biggest issue with tires is not the miles and how much tread you have left. It's the age of the tires. The older tires get, the more they are likely to crack on the sidewall and leave you stranded on the side of the road, which is not a good thing. One of the things you can do to find out for sure how old your tires are, so you don't have to check out your receipt and everything, is the sidewall. Virtually every tire made has the date it was manufactured stamped right onto the sidewall. This one shows that it was done in the 14th week of 2021, meaning it's a couple of years old. So we know that this tire is in good shape. There's no cracks on the sidewall. Of course, the tread is fine too. And while we're talking about tires, let's not forget air pressure. One of the things people neglect most is the air pressure, and it of course changes with the temperature outside. Cold weather, lower air in the tires. If there's hotter weather, it's going to come up. So you need to adjust it and keep an eye on it. And if you have a monitoring system, that's even better, but you can do it yourself the old-fashioned way and put it right on the tire, and the air gauge will tell you how you're doing and if it's going to be safe. No matter what kind of RV you have, there's a good chance you're going to have some kind of hookup system, whether you're towing a car or a truck behind your motorhome, or you're hooking up a fifth wheel or a tow behind trailer. You're bound to have something. So this is something that you really should keep an eye on. Make sure it's lubricated, that it's in good shape, it's not going to break on you, and that it operates as it's fully intended. One of the things that's really important, of course, is your tail lights, both for your RV and if you have a trailer or a tow car behind your RV, you want to make sure that all of your lights are working when they go on, both in both vehicles, both trailers, everything. And it's good to check that before you leave on any journey each day. And in fact, our tail gunners will help you check that every day when we leave the parks. A lot of motorhomes and other RVs have a self-carried generator system that provides electrical power in times when you maybe don't have enough electrical power where you are at any given time. It's a great convenience, and it's something that you also need to have checked out when you have your vehicle serviced, because the generator is your best friend when the electrical situation, whatever it may be, isn't quite what you want it to be. So it's always there. So if you check out your rig very thoroughly before you get on the trip, the chances are you'll have a much better chance of having a wonderful, safe trip without any trouble. And remember, if you're getting things checked out and they find something that needs some fixing or repairing, it's a lot easier to do it before your tour than during it. So have a great trip and be safe out there.